All right, here we go. We're going to get started with homework. This is for worksheet 9. Worksheet 9, I was a total jerk. Why? Because you're not watching my videos. So I was like, you're going to watch my videos or you're not going to be able to do the homework. So I kept the problems, like some of the questions, right off of it. And some of you know that because you looked at the worksheet and like, how am I supposed to do this? And then I said, right there, instructions are on the video. So here we go. This is what you're going to do. You watch the video, this is going to be easy. You don't watch the video, I'm going to know you didn't watch the video. I'm going to kill your dog. All right. So, number one is we're going to review the quadratic formula. This is how we solve any and all quadratic equations. Now remember, there's another way that we can factor and we can find it, the answers to our quadratic equations. Those work. Sometimes we love it when they do, okay? We'll actually do a worksheet tomorrow just on factoring because I like it. It's really cool. But sometimes factoring is not going to work for us, and we've got to have like a super strong way to get the problem done that works every time, and that's where the quadratic formula is, and it will be on the SAT, I promise you. So number one is a blank on your worksheet. You know what you're going to do? You're going to write for me the quadratic formula. And I'm going to do this on the board. This is what you're going to write in blank number one. Okay, this is x equals, right, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of this over 2a. Okay, let me read this for you again. X equals negative b plus or minus, that means you're going to have two answers because you're going to have two x's, right? Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. All of this is over 2a. What do you mean a and b and c? Remember, when we're given a quadratic equation, we want it to look in standard form. In other words, let me do one nice and easy here. Let's do I'm gonna give you an example here, and I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, let's say I've got x squared minus 5x minus 14 equals 0. Okay, that is x squared minus 5x minus 14 equals 0. Now, I can do this one in my head. This is a very simple one. I can do this in my head, but we're going to go ahead and use the quadratic formula. Now, first of all, you have to identify your a, b, and c, and those are the coefficients or the numbers that are right next to the letters or standing by themselves. So in other words, this x squared is really a 1x squared. So that's our a. The negative 5 is our b. The negative 14 is our c. This is the problem for number 2, all right? In number 2, I left off a, b, and c. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to write 1 in the first blank, negative 5 in the second blank, and negative 14 in the third blank, okay? Now, did that incorrectly, sorry. In number 3, it's going to look like this. It's going to be 6x squared. Oh, wrong marker. 6x squared minus x. This one is harder. I can't do this one in my head, but I can do it using the quadratic formula. Now, this is the problem for number 3. So you got to have this one, right? Okay. So here we go. This is your a. Minus x means minus 1x. So minus 1 is your b and minus 5 is your c. You will need those to fill in the problems for numbers 2 and 3, okay? Now, to show you that I love you, I'm actually going to do number 2 right here for you. I'm going to do number 2 for you, okay? And so let me erase number 3. Erasing number 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my A, my B, and my C, and I'm going to plug it in, and it's going to look like this, okay? X equals negative B. What is negative 5? Well, it's going to be a positive 5. So negative 5, okay? Plus or minus the square root of B squared, which is negative 5 squared minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is negative 14. All of this is divided by 2 times 1 because that's 2 times A. All right, again, I'm doing number 1. I'm doing number 2 on your worksheet for you. I'm doing it for you. All right, next line. X equals negative 5 is a positive 5 plus or minus the square root, and this one always makes it look like, all right, plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. 25 minus negative 4 times positive 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 14 is a positive number. Negative times negative is positive, okay? So 40 and it's 56 minus, I'm sorry, that's plus 56 because negative 4 times 1 times 8 is going to be a positive 56. All of this over 2 times 1, which is 2, okay? So minus 4AC, this up here is negative 4 times positive 1 times negative, and it gives us a positive 56. All right, so X equals 5 plus or minus the square root of 81. All of this is over 2. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy out of the way. Now, what's the square root of 81? What number times itself equals 81? 9, right? So I have X equals 5 plus 9 divided by 2. But this plus or minus means I have to have 2 problems. At this point, I have to have 2 problems. I have to have 5 plus 9, which is the square root of 81. I have to have 5 minus 9, all of this divided. So X equals those 2 things. 5 plus 9 is 14, so X equals 14 over 2. X equals 7. That's an answer. Just goes on the page, right? 5 minus 9, X equals a negative 4 over 2. X equals negative 2, okay? Couldn't be easier. Could not be easier. That's the way that you do it. Now I'm going to need to see your work. I'm going to need to see your work. So you have to write this out. You're probably going to do this on your own sheet of paper, but I'm going to need to see your work. Here's the work. There it is. Pause the video, rewind, watch it over again. Do this thing, but give me this right here. And then in the blanks, I need X equals 7. I need X equals negative 2. Okay. Sometimes our problems are not going to be given to us in standard formula. In other words, when we're given a formula, they might give it to us and we have to fix it up. Remember, we're wanting ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. What if they gave us a problem that looked like, oh, I don't know, let's just say x squared plus 15x equals negative 50. Those of you who are bright, you already realize, because you have your worksheet in front of you, that this is number 4 from our worksheet. So I've given you the answer to number 1. I've gone through and done number 2, and now I'm going to do number 4, and that's 3 out of the 5 questions I'm doing for you. I'm doing it on this video. Now tell me why you can't get this right. All right, so this is my A. It's an understood 1. This is my B. The problem is it doesn't say plus or minus some number equals 0. It's got equals negative 50. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this negative 50 over to this side. And how do I do that? By adding 50 to both sides. Okay, I'm going to add 50 to both sides. And that's going to give me a new formula, which is 1x squared plus 15x plus 50 equals 0. Cool? All right? Now, here's my A. Here's my B. Here's my C. So what is A? It's a positive 1. What is B? It's a positive 15. What is C? It's a positive 50. Okay? Now I've got it in standard form. Can I answer the question without putting it in standard form? The answer is no. No, I cannot answer it without first transitioning my my quadratic equation to standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Got to get it like this before I can answer it. Okay, now, it's a short video today. Short video. Show your work. I've done all or most of 3 of the 5 questions. You can do this. Call, text, instant message, Facebook, tweet, whatever you got to do. But get a hold of me if you need help. If you're struggling with this and you're not reaching out to me for help, there's a problem with your head, okay? So watch the videos every day. We've only got a little while longer. You can do this. I love you. Bye.